On this episode, we talk about darkness and how not to fall victim to it. See y'all after the drop. Oh, and don't be hating. What up, y'all? I'm Exo. This is episode 2 of Breaking Limitations. Thanks for tuning in. On this episode, we're going to talk about this state of gloominess that's ever so present in the world these days. It almost seems like an epidemic, like it's just going around, like everybody's catching it, you know? Like nobody ever wants to get sick or feel down, but for some reason, when this low vibration is in the vicinity, it has a way of latching on to us and finding a weak spot and somehow drawing us in. And that's dangerous. If we succumb to this low vibration, then we harbor it. We have a tendency of keeping the energy into ourselves and possibly passing it on to people that we come in contact with, including our family and friends. But the good news is we don't have to succumb to this darkness. We don't have to ever feel bad if we don't want to. It's a quote by Lou Holtz. He said, life is 10% of what happens to us and 90% of how we react to it. So we're going to confront this gloominess and consider a way to react to it without being taken by it. Whatever darkness or downness is present in our lives most often comes from being exposed to and absorbing the darkness we come in contact with in the world and being exposed to dark or negative people for extended periods of time. Nobody in life is perfect, but it's our choice how we react to life, no matter how rough life can get. And from my experiences, life can get pretty rough. But if we decide to react negatively to life and constantly think negative thoughts, then over time we surrender our ability and our right to shine. But this low vibration is something that we see all throughout the world. You see it a lot in people who, for whatever reason, choose to react negatively to any given situation, even when it's right or more simple to have a proactive outlook. People just harbor this negative energy and they just say negative things about whatever the situation may be, almost like on purpose, like they want to convince you to be negative with them. So we have to be able to identify it. We have to be able to identify when people are trying to attract us to negativity, and we have to be able to identify ourselves with a positive energy flow. Start your own practice. When you wake up in the morning, have a practice where you have positive things that you want to think about and attract to yourself for that day. How I approach every day is from an energetic place. I think it's a new day, I have a new opportunity to win, and I haven't reached my goals yet. So whatever I do that day is coming from that standpoint. I came here to do a specific thing, and that's what I'm going to do today. So every day you start off in your defensive position. Like you start off knowing that whatever you encounter that day, you're not going to let it roll over you. Whatever you encounter that day, you're going to roll over it. And it's tough. Like, yeah, it's tough. I mean, people physically try to bring negativity into your life. And when you encounter that, it's a little bit tough. Like you have to think about how you're going to react to it in that moment. But if you start off your day from that standpoint and you keep that in mind all day, then you already have a one-up on the battle. And on top of protecting yourself against dark energy, you got to be wary of these haters, man. Like I, for one, never subscribe to that whole phrase that everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Like, yeah, everybody has their own opinion, just like everybody has their own personal perspective in life. And that's just what it is. It's personal. It's for you. Just like your bank account or your salary is personal, if you're not going to share your bank account information with me, don't be publicizing how you feel about what I'm doing with my life. All you're doing is riding a low wave and you're trying to get people to play in the shallow end of the pool with you. Like, no thanks, that's not for me. Like, you can keep that. You know, I'm Exo. This episode 2 of Breaking Limitations. Hope to see y'all next time. Peace. Is anybody out there? Subscribe to the channel. Jeez. Seeds can't grow without sunlight. Show some love. Don't worry, I'll wait.